I work from home doing 3D design. Most days it's just me in the apartment from the time I wake up until I finally crash at night. 3 monitors on the desk, a laptop, a tablet I use for quick sketches, and my phone always close by. The front camera on the tablet has a strip of black electrical tape over most of it. I put that tape there a long time ago and never took it off. Last Tuesday afternoon, I was deep into a render when my phone rang. Private number. I almost let it go to voicemail, but I picked it up anyway. The voice on the other end belonged to an older man, calm, measured, like he was reading from a checklist he already knew by heart. He told me exactly what I was doing right then. He said I was sitting on my desk with my left leg crossed over the right. He knew I had the gray hoodie on, the one with the faded coffee stain on the sleeve. He described the unfinished chair model I was staring at on my main monitor, the same one I had been stuck on for 3 days. I laughed nervously and asked who he was. He didn't answer. He just kept going in that same steady tone. He said I had just scratched the side of my nose with my left hand, the way I always do when I feel watched. I stood up and walked toward the kitchen. He described every step before I finished taking it. He knew I was heading for the fridge even though I wasn't hungry. He knew I open it when I get anxious. He even knew the exact brand of sparkling water I would reach for. That's when the cold feeling really settled in my stomach. I started moving around the apartment, covering every camera I could find. My hand reached for the tablet before I had even decided to flip it face down. I put my hand over the laptop camera. I went into the bathroom, turned off the light, and stood there in the dark. The whole time he stayed on the line, calmly telling me what I was doing as I did it. He knew which lights were still on. He knew I had left my coffee mug on the counter with the handle facing left. He knew I was wearing the black socks with the hole in the left toe, the ones I only wear when I'm completely alone. I asked him how he was seeing all this. He stayed quiet for a second and told me I had covered the tablet camera after that bad argument with my ex last year. He said I had told myself I was being paranoid, but I still left the tape on. I had never told a single person about that argument. He kept going. He described the way I sometimes sit on the edge of the bed at 3 in the morning and scroll through old photos of people I haven't spoken to in years. He knew about the second phone I keep in the bottom drawer, the one I never use anymore because I'm scared of what's still saved on it. He even mentioned the exact thing I whispered to myself last week when I thought I was completely alone in the shower. Every time I tried to interrupt or hang up, he would simply continue, describing what I was about to do next. He knew when I was going to stand up before I even decided to move. He knew when I was about to look behind me. I finally sat on the floor with my back against the wall, knees pulled up, and asked him what he wanted. He was quiet for a long moment. Then he said he didn't want anything. He just wanted me to know he was here. He had been here for quite some time. I hung up. The call lasted 28 minutes. For the rest of the night, I sat in the dark with every camera covered, every light off, phone on airplane mode. I kept waiting for it to ring again, but it didn't. The next morning, I woke up to a new message from a private number. It was a single photo. The picture showed me sitting on the floor exactly the way I had been the night before. Knees pulled up, back against the wall. The timestamp on the photo was 11 seconds after I had ended the call. I still live here, and I still work from the same desk every single day. I've covered every camera even more carefully now, and I check the rooms constantly. I barely sleep, but no matter what I do, I can't shake the feeling that none of it actually matters, because sometimes, late at night when the apartment is completely quiet, I catch myself staring at the little black dot of the covered camera, and I wonder if he's still watching. And I'm starting to believe he never really needed the cameras, or even the apartment, to begin with. He already seems to know what I'm going to do next, before I even decide to do it.